All right, we're gonna settle this debate. First things first, Wade. He said he didn't want an agenda, so I'm not giving him an agenda. You see this hat that I'm wearing right here? Wade, in the comment, I got an Old 60 hat on. If you guys don't know who Old 60 is,
Look them up, baby.
It's the greatest band on earth, and they just so happen to reside in the greatest place on earth,
Right next to the greatest place on earth.
Hancock County, Kentucky.
Right next to Cloverport, Kentucky.
Which is close to Wade's hometown in current living, Cloverport, Breckenridge County area. So we'll give a big shout out. I know they're going to listen to this, so we'll give a big shout out to Old 60. No, it was pretty cool, though. I got this hat and shirt. Well, first, let's talk about Old 60 a little bit.
I want to talk about it. I love it. Every time you get into something, you always buy a hat and a shirt to match.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Every time.
My wife just hates how many hats I have. I bought like this giant tote. It's like on Amazon, it's like a plastic tote. It unzips and collapses down, and it is full of hats. Like there's at least 60 hats in there. And yeah, I get obsessed with a couple of them. Just in total shoes, probably 30 to 40 pair.
Oh,
yeah.
I think you got more than that.
It might be closer to 50. I have quite a bit of shoes.
It's probably pushing 100, everybody.
Yeah. I've got a lot of shoes. I mean, between running shoes.
Do you have a whole bedroom for your stuff? Or is that Leah's room?
Our guest room. I have like
Leah doesn't have a room anymore. She has been booted for the shoe show.
Yeah, Leah's room is now my closet.
I derailed your agenda.
Yeah, my agenda here. So anyway, Old 60 is a band that the lead singer, the guy who kind of started the band, Jacob Ty, he's like 3 or 4 years younger than I am. And he worked at this pizza shop, the same place I worked in high school. And they would just play shows there after they closed for the night. The owner, Brad, would let them play shows there. It was like Jacob Ty and like 3 other dudes. And they was just like 3 dudes with guitars when it started out. And then they got a guy, or they dropped an EP, like 4 songs. It blew up because they were like leaning on TikTok, Instagram to post reels of their music. And they were just catching traction. And it's good music, but then people are seeing it because it's actually being pushed out somewhere besides Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff. And I mean, essentially they were somewhat of like an overnight sensation, and they've kind of just maintained that. But they're from where I'm from in Hancock County, went to the same high school. And my little brother worked with Jacob Ty before he quit his job and signed a record deal. So it's pretty cool. So we have that on Breckenridge County.
Yep.
So I just want to add that in there. So all that being said, the reason I bought this hat, and I also got a shirt. So there's that. I get a shirt and hat whenever I get onto something I like. No, but whenever the hurricanes are coming through Florida, they did like 100% of sales for like 5 days went towards hurricane relief or whatever. So I was like, this is my excuse to get some Old 60 gear. So got a hat and a shirt. I know Emily appreciates that. So shout out to her. Well, boys, how are we doing today? How's everybody feeling?
Feel great today.
Feel really good.
We had a big weekend. We all did. We'll get into that. First, we'll kick it off with Wade because he had a pretty cool weekend. Led his first run club. So give us the rundown on that.
So hold on.
Yeah, let's hear the backstory.
All right. So people have been asking me for a while back in my hometown. It's not a huge running community. And I'm probably one of the 10 people that probably runs consistently or they see out running. They just wanted a running community for people of all ability groups to be able to just go out and run at least once a week just to connect with other people that run. So finally hosted my first one this weekend. We had 5 people confirmed that they were going to show up, and then we had 2 people show up. So it was awesome. So I was excited just to get started. So it was me and my wife and two other people, and then I was pushing my 2 kids in the stroller. So it was good. And we're meeting at this place called the Wired Rooster. We have that up on Hancock County. I don't think they have a coffee shop.
I don't know that we have a local coffee shop. Not like a coffee shop.
So the Wired Rooster is a coffee shop where we meet at and run from. I developed a few different routes that we can run each week. And so since we're running from the Wired Rooster, it just makes sense to be called the Running Roosters.
I love it.
My wife was not a fan. So Janae, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but the other 2 ladies that ran with us loved it.
Oh, really?
So we're the Running Roosters. We're the Running Roosters. And we blazed up the streets of Hardinsburg this weekend. We put in about 2.75 miles. So it was good just to run with them. Eliza even got out and ran about a half mile with me. So I was happy with that. She was all about it. And then she asked to run again last night. So we went and ran again last night, me and her. So it was good. But no, yeah, it was a good turnout. Hopefully just start to push out a little bit more for my race I got coming up on Thanksgiving too. So just
talk about that too. That's pretty cool. Like you actually do a lot of like running stuff, and this is your 5K, or is it a 5K?
It's a 5K.
The Turkey Trot, and
Yeah.
this is what year is this?
Third year going into
Third
it,
year.
yeah.
So talk about that too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is a third year. I'll be hosting the Turkey Trot in my hometown, Hardinsburg Turkey Trot. Look it up on Run Sign Up.
Yep.
Push it out, Logan.
I'll
Drop a
plug it.
link right now
I'll
for
plug it.
everybody. So this will be the third year we're doing it. First year we had a little over 200 people run, which is pretty significant. Unless you know my family's about 250 people. So I just mainly got most of my family members. Last year we had 300 people show up. My goal this year is 479. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 479 people is what we're shooting for this year. That's the whole town, and pulling some people from Hancock County too.
Yeah, you got to pull a couple of them over.
So we're gonna shoot realistically over 400 this year is my goal. But all the proceeds gets donated to Shop with the Cop. My cousin Amanda Critchlow puts that on. It's an organization in Ohio County. My uncle that passed away 2 years ago, that was a program that he ran for many years, and he did fundraisers throughout the year. So after he passed away, I wanted to create an event that would help fund that program and keep it going for the kids in their hometown. And last year we were able to donate over $5,000 to the organization,
awesome.
and each kid at Christmas gets $100. So it helped 50 kids,
Wow.
be able to have Christmas. So my goal is to get it to the point where my cousin doesn't have to do any other fundraising throughout the year. Like this can fully support it and just keep it going, keep it sustainable year in, year out. So
Wow.
it's a fun event.
How many people are signed up now?
Right now we only have about like 36 people sign up. Yeah. And people keep calling me, asking me to post about it, asking me to put out the sponsorship forms, and I just haven't had time with, how crazy work's been and other stuff we've had go on. So I'm going to try to get more consistent with it and just lean on Logan, try to do like a backstory with like a backstory video, and have my cousin come down here and get a few videos of her and just splice that together. But just try to start educating people a little bit more on the event that we got coming up.
Yeah, so it's super cool, man. I mean,
one of my favorite Wade reels.
Walking in the snow.
Yes. So when Wade first, this is before you were really comfortable doing that too.
Oh yeah, no, this was like the very.
This was the first year, right? And it was snowing in Hardinsburg, and Wade, who was filming that? Was it Janae? Okay.
Yeah.
Wade, have you seen this,
I
Logan?
don't think I have.
Wade's walking in the snow talking about the Hardinsburg 5K. It's awesome.
That's like old school move well right there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the hardcore. Like,
Hardcore.
Video quality was terrible. And
We're
maybe
gonna-
it just ran like 25 miles or something, like an easy.
Yeah, something easy.
No,
You can tell you were all fired up.
Oh no, I was excited. Yeah, it was good.
It was awesome.
That was before I
Is
know
that
how to
still-
do any reels
Is
or
that
anything.
still on the page?
It's probably on. It's all on my personal Instagram. So if you want to go back, I don't even know what my Instagram handle is. You can drop a link to that. too,
okay, yeah,
Logan.
we're just gonna plug
Probably
Wade
the
today.
Running Rooster.
The running rooster. You need to change your Instagram handle to the running
That's
rooster.
his new nickname.
The running
The
rooster.
Rooster.
The rooster.
Here comes a rooster.
How sweet would it actually be if you like ran across the country and your Instagram handle was the running rooster? People were like,
need to
"Did
look
you
and
see
see
that
if
running
it's
rooster?
available."
The running rooster is running across America."
We need to see if that's available.
That would be sweet.
Change your.
Fill it up for trademark. Okay, go ahead and look on the.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that today too.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop the links to everything you have going on, and then I'm also gonna build a
Change it.
trademark. I'm gonna change your Instagram name to the running rooster and trademark it for you. And I'm gonna get 400 people to sign up for the turkey trot by the end of the day. today.
479.
realistic
479. Yeah. So yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff going on. Run clubs, and then tonight MoveWell has our athletic club. I feel like we're just really trying to integrate all of our stuff in the community, and a lot of it is built around fitness. But like that's what we know, right? Is fitness stuff, and that's how you bring people together. And it doesn't have to be like this hardcore stuff all the time. And I think for us, like Wade's done Ironmans, and Kevin and I have done. Wade's done ultras. Like we've all done big efforts, but I think sometimes it is hard to remember that that's not like what everybody wants to do, and that's not what everybody has done. So in order to like attract other people and bring other people in, you have to make it relative to everybody.
Yeah, and just because we like it doesn't mean that it's like for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. So actually,
And
let's.
We're not like better than people because we're doing it. It's just
No.
what we enjoy doing.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff that athletes are doing that scare the crap out of us too. Like
Mhm.
there's 200-mile races and things like that. It's like that's scary.
We're signing up after this.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, that's not like that's the only thing that scares me. No, but I'm saying like it's relative. So like
Yeah.
a 100-mile race to us is in comparison to somebody else is going to be different. But that's why we do things like athletic clubs. While we're on the community aspect, talk about that, Kevin. Kind of how how long have we been doing athletic clubs now? About a year
Maybe
and a
a
half,
year.
little over a year, maybe. It's been
I
over
don't
a
know.
year because we
You've
had we
worked
already
here almost 2 years. I guess.
yeah I've
We
been here
probably
for
started it.
December will be 2 years, so I'd say we started it probably that spring, March of like 20 3.
I
So
don't
talk
know.
about what that is.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff we do is virtual. So we wanted to give an opportunity for people just to come together. Um, and really start integrating in the Bowling Green community. We're really excited because we're working with the city of Bowling Green now, but before we didn't really have any customers here, and we wanted people to know we were here. So we started these athletic clubs just to just bring people together, and then 2, just to build awareness of what we were trying to do.
Mhm.
And it seems to be growing. I think today's gonna be our biggest ever.
I hope so.
I think.
Yeah.
You never know who's gonna show up, but our first one was really big.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think the race was the most recent Hot Rod Ultra was an eye opener for me of like, man, we just need to create opportunities for people to come together, and movement's kind of the excuse to do it.
Yeah.
Today me and Logan are going to be making apple cider slushies
Mhm.
after. So our goal is that we work out today, and that's all good. But then we all just kind of hang out after, because I think people just need people. People need to be connected. We need community. You've always done a good job of understanding that and trying to create that at Move Well. And I feel like it's finally just now really starting to kind of take hold. So yeah, we'll continue to do them. And I'm like, I want to go bigger and bigger and bigger, to where, we have to rent a bigger space to do it,
Yeah.
once a month or something like that. So that's tonight. We're doing Halloween theme.
And these are always free too.
Wade's dress. Yeah, they're all free.
Yeah.
Wade's dressing up as a rooster tonight.
Yeah.
And no, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I didn't want to spoil it, but last night I was so Emily and Leah are coming, and Emily's gonna bring Leah straight here. They're gonna come from the babysitter straight here. And so last night I was saying, well, I guess I need to get my Popeye outfit out. And I was like, or I could go as Hot Rod. And she was just kind of staring at me. And I couldn't really read her face. And I was like, what? And she wouldn't answer me. I was like, what? She's like, that's what I was gonna do. So Emily, I think Emily's dressing up as Hot Rod tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she was like, I was gonna try and do it without telling you, but I didn't know everything that I
Tell
needed.
the viewers who Hot Rod is.
Yeah, so Hot Rod is our official Hot Rod Ultra mascot. No,
kinda is?
Kind of is. So Hot Rod Ultra is our race we put on, and Kevin and I, we started doing like these funny skits, and I love doing stuff like that, like the humorous type of like skits, and it's hard to integrate in business, obviously. So with the Hot Rod Ultra being kind of like our big ministry piece at Move Well, we're like, what's a way we can like make it fun for people? And with ultra running, like if you do 100 miles, it's like a known thing that you get a belt buckle, and like that's what people want to do. Like when they run a 100-mile race, instead of having a medal, you also get a medal, but you have a belt buckle, and that's what kind of signifies like the 100-mile achievement. So this year we got belt buckles, and I wanted like a cool way to try to promote those. And so I came up with this character called Hot Rod, and I didn't really come up with the name until we were filming the video. I came up with this character called Hot Rod, and basically he's just this like country bumpkin kind of guy. He drives a big old jacked up van with all-terrain tires.
I'm pretty sure he's from Hancock County.
Yeah, he's from Hancock County, so I mean, he's a solid dude.
Yeah.
And no, basically, I created this character where I had like a flannel button up, tucked into jeans, and my belt on with cowboy square toes, and then I had the Hot Rod Ultra belt buckle around my waist. And so Kevin and I did the skit where basically I pull up in Kevin's big van, his 12-passenger van, and he's like, "Whoa, who is that guy?" And he's admiring my belt buckle, whatever. And I said, "You can call me Hot Rod." And so it kind of it stuck. And so we made another video promoting the race, and people thought it was funny. So we were like, well, maybe Hot Rod's here to stay. So Emily says she's dressing up as Hot Rod for our Halloween themed workout.
My favorite part
tonight.
is the reel for the this workout where you're dressed as Popeye. You start doing the Hot Rod voice again.
I know Hot Rod came out.
This old thing.
Oh yeah, my Hot Rod accent. And honestly, it's anytime I like do things like that, I feel like that's naturally the voice that comes out.
That's your natural. I think that's your real accent.
I've been hiding it. I've been hiding how I really talk, No, but yeah, so he's like our unofficial mascot, Hot Rod. So supposedly that's what Emily's gonna wear tonight.
That's awesome.
I'm supposed to go home and get her outfit and get everything together that she needs. So I got to get the boots, the flannel, and then a hat for her. So it'll be good. I'm excited for that. But yeah, so doing the athletic club is just like an easy way for us to just have people come and be with us and ask questions about who we are, but then also just give them something to do. And again, it's not always about working out. Like there's some people who've come every single time, and they would probably come back even if we didn't do a workout, just because they like being around us and they like just spending time with other people and whatever it is. But I can definitely see a big translation from doing these community events and people engaging with us on social media and just continuing to come back. I think it speaks volumes about that. And we were just talking about that offline, was like people wanting to engage with us. And I think it's so hard to get people to engage when you try to force it. And so I think we finally kind of just like taken a hands off, isn't really the best word, but like an approach of let's just be who we are and just put out what we want to put out and not overthink it so much. Like, let's make it fun. Let's keep it fun. And that's where the hot rod thing kind of came in, where we just keep it funny and, and people like that stuff. And they would rather watch that than a video of us just explaining what the race is, like that stuff's boring. But anyway, so talking about the cool stuff that we're up to, we all had a big weekend. Wade led his first run club. He's getting the turkey trot going. And then Kevin and I are both training for races. And Kevin's is Pinhoti 100, which is November 2nd. So it's a little over a week out, right? With, I guess, 13 days out or 12 days.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's next Saturday.
It's the next Saturday, like
November
days.
2nd. So we're 12 days out from that. So Kevin kind of had his peak week this past week. So big effort yesterday. So take us through what that was.
Yeah, I was a little worried I wasn't going to get in the run, but I knew I needed to do something long. I've trained pretty good, but I've not had a lot of long stuff. I've had several 20 milers, but not anything long. But the 20 milers have felt pretty easy. So, but they've been mostly on road, and this race is trail and stuff. So I was like, I need to get out to a trail. I need to get some big climbs and stuff like that. So my goal was to do 30 miles. We had a pretty busy weekend. We had Friday night, we had a fall festival thing for the kids, go to like a homeschool tutorial co-op thing. So that we didn't get back till 10 o'clock at night Friday. Saturday, we were at did you guys go to the festival thing down, or did you go to that this week? It was crazy. Downtown Bowling Green.
No, we didn't
there
go.
were thousands of people. It's the craziest thing I've ever been to.
I've heard it was busy. But.
So we did that all day Saturday. Then Ava actually sung at church. She had a solo at church on Saturday night. Rocked it. She did awesome. And then Sunday, Amanda and I were going to a concert in Nashville. So I was like, okay, I've got a small window here. I can try to get in some running. So I could either do it start Friday night or start really early Friday morning. So got up yesterday or Saturday morning. Sunday. I was going to do Saturday night.
Slept all weekend.
So anyways, so I decided to go early. So I got up at 3:30 yesterday morning.
On Sunday.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 3:30 on Sunday, because we went to church the night before, and it was in the car by 4. Drove up to Mammoth Cave National Park. There's a trail there called the Cedar Sink Trail. It's a short little trail, but I figured out a route. You can start there and take an access road to another trail that I like. So just add some miles, and there's probably a 3/4 of a mile climb on that. So it's a pretty good climb. So I started there, ran up there, ran to this place called Joppa Ridge. It's another backcountry kind of trail. It's a road, but it's like gravel. Ran that into some trails. But it was like 40 degrees when I started, really pretty. Actually, I was on the gravel road part, and I turned my headlamp off because the moon was so bright. I wasn't even running with a headlamp. Wow. It was so bright. So it was really cool. Like, just that alone was awesome. Once I got into the single track trails, I had to use my headlamp a little bit, but still super bright. Saw a bobcat stalk. I was like, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was kind of like stalking me through the woods. So it was kind of neat.
Glad you're here still.
Well, I mean, it was bobcats. I don't think do anything, but I've never seen one out there, so it was cool. It was really cool. But weather felt good. My goal was just to not run hard, but just finish it and not walk. I just wanted to run consistently. So I was like 9-minute pace most of the time, and felt like I was running kind of hard, but the effort, I was running slower than what the effort felt like the first 10 to 15 miles. And, so I ran some trails, went 15 miles out and back basically. So once I turned around, I started running and back, and I started just feeling good. I don't know. It's like my body finally started. Maybe it was the sun coming up. That's about when the sun came up. And I just started feeling fresh, and I was like 8-minute to 8:30 pace most of the way back, and just cruising. And hills felt easy. Never walked. About every 5 to 8 miles, I would stop and take some gels and stuff and walk. But I didn't take too much. I didn't take too much fuel either. I mean, I didn't even have to eat a whole lot. And I just enjoyed every step of it. Like, it was just beautiful. The temperature was good. The morning was beautiful. And I got back, and by the last, like, I mean, there's about a little over a mile climb. That was about mile 26 for me, or 27 maybe, I can't remember, 27, 28, somewhere around there. But like up a mile and a quarter uphill, and my goal was just keep your legs moving. Instead of, I try to like force myself through a lot of hills and just run them really hard. But my goal yesterday was just like embrace the hill, slow down, and just enjoy the moment, be present. And I kept saying that to myself. And I sent you guys that text, that feeling good like I should. So
Yeah.
that song was playing at the Harvest Festival
Oh,
the day before, and that was in my head. So I just kept thinking about that. Like, man, I'm doing this for fun. Like, this should not be miserable, you know? And that was my approach. And I was just going slow and just trying to be present and up the hills and just embracing them. But it was weird because that actually made me go faster, just trying to slow down and be patient and just stay consistent and steady. And then my mile 29 was like a 7:55, and then mile 30 was like an 8-minute pace, and then mile 31 I got back to the cart 30 miles like I wanted, and I felt so good, and I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go for 50K, because the fastest second I've done a 50K in like 4.5 hours, and my second fastest is like 4:57 or something at the Hardensburg one we did. And I was like, gosh, if I run hard, I can get this under 4:50. And so I just booked it. So I did like a 7:40 something mile 31, and it was 4:49 and 57 seconds or something crazy like that. But I felt awesome. No stomach issues, no cramps, no blisters on my feet, like nothing. And came home, did all our stuff around the house, got the house cleaned up, went to a concert last night, got back at midnight, like felt great, wasn't tired, like nothing. It's up today at 6, just feel great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was sitting at I told Kevin this morning I was sitting at church whenever he texted us at like 9:45 that morning. He sent us a picture of his watch where he had ran a 50K, and I was like laughing to myself because I was like, what other company, does this? Like that's so not common at all for people to like us texting in a group text about like the big mileage we're putting in throughout the week and things like that. And I was kind of laughing to myself. I'm like, that is just so unconventional, especially now. Nobody like to get a text from your boss on like a Sunday they ran a 50K like that. I would any job I've ever any job I've ever been at, like that would never have happened. But I think it's so easy to, I don't know, when you think about like incorporating fitness, like, and you think about that as like you want that to be traits that your employees have or people who you work with, who you associate with. You're like, well, I don't want people to think that I'm not going to hang out with them or I don't respect them if they don't work out. But at the same time, I think that's like a value that I have. And I think when you associate people that have done hard things like that, and it lifts you up. And so to get a text from you on a Sunday that like you ran 31 miles, like not only being a friend, but like somebody that I work with and like every single day, like that is so contagious, right? Like having people around you that have the same values and that have the same work ethic and want to like do hard stuff is just so powerful. And not that it should be like a necessity in a workplace or anything like that, but I think it's important. Like if you have people like that around you that you work with or that are within your company, I think naturally the company is going to be elevated because they understand the value of hard work. And I got a text this morning from Tyler Harden, who's one of our coaches at Move Well. He ran his first trail race this weekend. He ran it was like a little over a half marathon, and his goal was to go under 2 hours and 30 minutes, and he went 2:23. Like that's just another example. Yeah. And like Tyler's only really ever done CrossFit, so this was really uncomfortable for him. So for him to totally do something that's not that he doesn't do on a day-to-day basis or isn't really familiar with, is another example of that. Yeah. Like isn't that so freaking powerful? Like having people like that in your corner. Yeah. And so being able to like be around people like that, and like it's an accountability piece too. You're like, well, so and so got after it this weekend. Like I know I need to go do something.
Isn't there research on that? Like
there's got to be.
Literally, that sounds like something you would
like something Kevin would know.
No, that's something you would know.
Dr. Wade.
You've read some book or something, but it's like you become the 5 people that you're closest with, basically.
It's either just like
it's
either just like a big tagline right now, or it's actual research. I mean, it's just think who you associate yourself with, or the environment you put yourself in. Right? What was it? Nature versus nurture. Right? Mm-hmm. So the environment you surround yourself with, you eventually become like a part of it. So
I got a text yesterday morning from a group of C12 guys, but it was the Louisville Ironman registration open, and they were trying to get me to sign up.
Trying to get you to?
Yeah.
Do it.
Should I?
Dad trains for an Ironman part 2.
You know that it's funny. Emily and I were talking yesterday about, and it may have been about like the picture that you sent about your long run. I think she asked how it went, and then we somehow got just talking about fitness stuff, and then triathlon got brought up, and she had said, and it's honestly this. I had forgotten about this, but when I first made like my Instagram dedicated to showcasing like what I'm up to from a fitness standpoint, Young Lock Fitness, which is now just kind of taken over as my main Instagram. Initially,
That's not your name.
There's Lock of Logan.
there's also Lock of Logan. Yeah, that's just for like
Your name's
family.
not Young Lock though.
No, it's still Young Lock.
Okay,
When I hit
alright.
30, I don't know if I go like middle age Lock or what. But when I first started this fitness journey, like it started with the Bowling Green Half Marathon, and then I did MS Run the US. But while I was training for MS Run the US, I bought a road bike, and the whole goal was to do an Ironman. Like when I first, was really getting into fitness, I was like, I want to do an Ironman. Like that was the goal, to do 70.3. And I'd totally forgotten about that until Emily said it. She was like, I remember that's what you initially wanted to do when you started like getting into endurance stuff. I was like, I totally forgot about that. And I don't really know when it kind of faded away. I think MS Run the US really just intrigued me in terms of running and seeing what my capabilities were. And I've never really cared to bike and especially not swim. So I think it's just a matter of really falling in love with running. And I think that attracted me more. But I still have my road bike, and here and there I'll hook it up to my trainer and ride it in the house. Emily loves it when she hears it, the going through the house. But I don't know. It just it never really intrigued me. Would you want to do something like that?
Not really.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed watching your journey though. It
Yeah.
was like kind of made me want to try it. I'm a really bad swimmer.
Yeah. Well,
But
just from training for two of them, it's a lot of fun. It's just different having the three disciplines to
Yeah.
train.
Yeah,
on.
it makes it harder.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
challenging for sure. But I mean, a 70.3 with Ural's base wouldn't be an
you
issue.
gonna
I don't
do it
think at
again?
all. I'm not sure, man.
Ah.
I'll definitely do one again here soon.
Maybe
I
we
just
should
don't
make
know
you
when.
commit either yes or no next week.
Okay, that's
Next
fine.
week you'll know by then.
That'll give me time to talk to Janae to see if I want to do it or not.
Yeah.
But no, I think it would be good. I would like to do another one.
Yeah.
Especially since I have the equipment.
Mhm.
Then that was whenever Louisville came up for registration last year. Janae was like, "You bought a bike and you haven't ridden it in 3 months. You better sign up for this so we get the use out of the bike." I was like,
Mhm.
"All right, well, you told me to sign up for
Yeah.
it, so here we are."
Didn't you sign up after?
After Hayden.
Well, I thought we went down to Georgia and you got all pumped up.
Oh yeah, I did. I did
Yeah.
sign up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like basically right after y'all ran Chad Wright's race.
In February,
Yeah,
yeah.
I signed up for it that next week
That's
actually.
what I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
I
don't
come
know.
off sprained ankle and all, man. I was on a high loving life.
Oh
there.
my gosh. Tell that story real quick, Kevin.
So the Chad Wright, right? We did a podcast on that if you want to listen to it. But I don't know what it's called, 3 of 7 Project Trail Marathon
Yeah.
something. I don't know. But it's really fun. It's honestly one of my favorite races I've done. I really, really enjoyed it.
Back this year.
We're coming back. We're coming back for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I got to beat Logan again. So they.
I need it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to wait and see how Pinhody goes. I'm going to sabotage him whenever I'm pacing him. Make sure he doesn't beat my time.
There's a rock there.
What was I saying? I got
Wade.
thrown off.
You're talking about Chad's race.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to just talk about the race.
No, talk about Wade's
Knee pace.
ankle.
Oh yeah. So this race is 4 miles, and you
Well, it's
get-
a 4-mile
well, it's a
loop.
4-mile loop. It goes for 8 hours, so you
Yeah.
just do as many loops as you can in 8 hours. And the first mile is not that hard, but the second mile is straight up a Georgia mountain. It's like it gains like 1,200 feet in a mile. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very, very. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you
Yeah.
felt it's tough. And then on the you get up to the top, and then you come straight down. So Wade Wade is the most.
Oh, he hypes you up, man.
Yeah, he's like the best hype man. So like all day, Wade was just on point. Every time I come into that aid station,
Both of us, dude.
I would come running in. I'd see Wade. Wade would see me from a distance, and he'd come running up the trail, and I would throw my bottle to him, and he'd run over and fill it up. And I mean, unbelievable. I mean, the best crew guy of
Yeah.
all time, the best hype guy of all time. So he went through all day. So in the last lap, he decided to come with me.
He
So
wanted to run all day.
all
too.
day. You were just itching too. You were just itching to get out there. I could feel it. So finally, I think you finally I think Eliza was clinging to
Well,
you.
Eliza was clinging to me, and
Yeah.
I was just going to stay back because I was like, I don't want to have to. Janae, she was pretty pregnant at that point.
Oh.
Or did we just have Owen? No, Owen was a
you
baby. Yeah,
you
Owen-
just-
Owen-
He was born in November.
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
Owen was like 3 months old, and so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to leave her behind. That's just it just wouldn't have ended well for any of us at that point.
But he did.
But then Amanda came over and was like, just ripped Eliza off of me and
Oh, yeah,
said
'cause I
go.
think she
So
was-
she
Yeah.
told me to go. Yeah.
So Wade breaks away and he's all pumped. And of course, at this time, I'm like, I'm not feeling too hot. At this point, I'm struggling a little bit. But Wade is hyping me up. It felt good. and we climb the mountain, and then Wade's like motivating me, pushing me. And as soon as we start going down the mountain, boom, rolls his ankle for the one and only lap. So then I felt bad because I was like, well, should I stay back? I don't want to leave him. So eventually I just went running down the hill, and Wade was all by himself.
Oh man.
Did you catch up though?
I caught up at
Yeah.
Chili's aid station. There's a little uphill
Yeah,
and
I started-
incline,
yeah.
and my ankle started to feel better. I just had to keep
Yeah.
moving it. I've sprained that enough where
Yeah.
after 10 minutes, it basically goes away. And
Do you
so
have
by
glass
that point,
ankles?
I was
Like,
able
do
to
you roll them pretty often?
quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't call them glass, but
Logan does.
I do too.
Plastic.
My right ankle is.
Logan rolled his ankle in a soccer field when we were running. on
What
the
was?
little-
What are those little tiny things on trees? Was it crab? Was it a crab apple I stepped
No, it
on?
was smaller than that. The little green.
acorn.
Yeah,
It may have
was
been like an acorn.
I think
No,
it was an acorn.
Well, my right ankle, I've rolled in. I think legit every ultra that I've ran. Like even right now, like I'm moving it, like kind of just like cracks, And so it's just my right one is almost like glass. Kevin and I went on a run. It was like my second of the day, and I think I was building when I was going to do Tunnel Hill. So it was like I was really starting to peak, and yeah, it's like the second run of the day. We had just did like a little bit of a Lost River Cave, like the paved part of it, and then we come out. We're cutting across to get on a trail. We run across a grass soccer field. Me and Kevin are talking, and all of a sudden, boom! I mean, ankle touched the ground, and I fell down to the ground, and it jacked me up for like 2 weeks. I couldn't run almost. I mean, it was bad. To this day, that might be the worst ankle roll I've had, and it was just running through a grass field. I stepped on an acorn or something.
That's good. Yeah, well, the one at Chad's race, it wasn't even on the downhill yet. It's like you made the big climb, and there's the flat part at the top.
Yeah,
And me and Kyle and Kevin were trying to go like 2 or 3 wide, and I let Kevin stay in the middle, and I was kind of running.
yeah. It's
I'm going to
Kevin's
blame
fault.
Kevin on this one. No, it was my ankle's fault, but I was stupid to try to go 3 wide, and there was a bunch of just leaves on the ground. And I guess I just stepped right on a rock that was
I
just
think
covered.
I think because right before that, Chad Wright was on a megaphone screaming at everybody.
Yeah, he
and I think
was.
Wade was so shaken up, he didn't know what
Chad
to
got in
do.
his head?
Yeah, he got in his head.
He was screaming at people.
I'm pretty sure Wade was crying actually on the way up the
I feel like
Chad, I'll be there this year doing 4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours. Come
Just
on.
4. Yeah.
What?
I will say
Okay, I'll probably do something.
at least do 6.
We haven't announced this, but these are actually 3 of 7 project microphones.
they are.
So if you guys are wondering, our audio is enhanced the last couple weeks, but we bought these from Chad. So I'm speaking to a mic that Chad Wright spoke into.
Fangirl much? Jeez, man. Good gosh. Talking about Chad getting in Wade's head. I'm speaking
He
the
didn't
same
yell at me.
microphone that Chad Wright spoke in. Actually, this one says CW on it. I think I have Chad. No, I'm kidding.
No comment. Let's keep going.
No, but one thing I wanted to talk about while we were on the triathlon topic, one thing I can't make up in my head, I already know what Kevin's going to say, but I truly can't decide in my head if I genuinely just don't, I feel like I don't have any interest in doing a triathlon. I don't know if it's that, or if I'm like maybe in the back of my head, I'm like, you're not familiar with any of it. So maybe I'm just like a little bit nervous for it. You know what I mean? But like when it comes to the swim, I have absolutely zero desire to get in a pool and swim and train for it. So I don't know if it's just that I don't want to do it, or in the back of my head, I'm like, it's probably going to be really uncomfortable, and you've never done it before.
Well, that's kind of where I'm at now. I mean, I've done a few sprints, a few Olympics, a couple of 70.3s, and like I enjoy the training a lot more this time leading up to it. But like race day, I don't know if it's just because I wasn't feeling good and I just had a crappy day or what, but I just really didn't enjoy it that much. And it's kind of like whenever you said when you run the MS, like running really piqued your interest and you really liked it, so you stuck with it. And so that's what I'm not sure. That's why I'm not sure if I want to do another ones, because like, do I really enjoy it? And do I want to put that much time and effort into something that I don't really enjoy? Or is it like what you're saying? I know it's hard, so I'm trying to avoid it. And it's basically like my inner voice trying to talk me out of it. So that's why I'll probably end up signing for another one, just to see if it's third time's a charm, if I actually like it or not. But I think it's probably a combination of both, just because I know it's hard to train for. Geographically, it's hard for me to train just at home, just like no access to water, basically. And I mean, I think it's a combination of both, but I think I'll just have to do it again to see if it's actually something I
You
want
liked
to
the
do.
Chattanooga one, didn't you?
The Chattanooga one was a lot of fun, yeah.
You think it was like the honeymoon of the first one though too?
Yeah, I think it's the first one. You kind of go and you just don't know what to expect.
But
It's kind of like your first
I feel
race.
like this one, you had a lot of life. I mean, we just bought the business.
Yeah.
You just had a baby. Like there was a lot of life stuff going on, making
Yeah.
it really hard.
Yeah. Well, I think
And you were sick the day of the race.
Yeah, that
Like
like
that, I mean,
tanked your and your goggles
and your
filled with
goggles
water.
broke.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of messes you up.
It messed with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just definitely wasn't my best day. But
I've also felt the difference of like when it comes to running, thinking about like I can feel the difference of genuinely just not having a desire and interest to want to do a specific event or do something, and the difference of like I like the idea of this. I'm just scared to do it. You know what I mean? Like when it
Yeah.
comes to triathlon, I don't even like the idea of doing it. When I saw you cross the finish line, I was like, I want to sign up for an ultra. I wasn't like I want to sign up for an Ironman at all. You know, so I think, and now I was telling Kevin this morning, I have to be so much more strategic when it comes to like choosing my time to do workout and do those things. And I feel worse now whenever I'm asking Emily, I'm asking my wife, hey, are you good if I go run? So I can't imagine trying to be like, I mean, you just did it, but I can't imagine saying, hey, I'm going to go bike and run this morning, or I'm going to go swim and run this morning, you know? And so I feel that as we're talking through it, I just don't have any desire. Honestly, I could care less if I ever cross. As of right now, I could care less if I ever cross the finish line of an Ironman or a triathlon. I mean, maybe like a sprint, and I feel like that's one I could probably just do. Not really, yeah, maybe not training. You know what I mean?
at least just learn how to swim. And
Yeah,
then
just
go
like
do
the
it.
swim portion. I mean, I can swim. I've never swam as if you would like an Ironman, where your head underwater, you come up for breath, head underwater, come up for breath. Like
See, the bike sounds miserable to me. That seems
Really?
so boring. But the swim
Yeah.
actually intrigues me because I'm not good at it. But I think I'd like to try to get good at it.
I think
Like
I
the
feel like you would
swimming-
like the bike.
I think the bike would. I think you would love it.
I think,
because-
dude, you love being outside. and the-
because it's a lot of climbs. Most routes are pretty climb, and you
Yeah.
love climbs.
Yeah.
Plus, you see people visually ahead of you the entire time.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the front, I've never known what that's like. And I feel like you would love just picking people off
Yeah.
and just chasing them
I've
down.
done 2 50-mile mountain bike races.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
What-
do great. I was like middle of the pack.
Still not bad, but biking's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard
it
to
was
climb
some
on a
mountain-
bike.
Yeah, it was in eastern Kentucky, so it was like
Oh,
straight up a lot of.
Appalachia.
It was like half on gravel forest roads and half on single track, some road. It was tough.
Yeah, I think that I would like the bike. I mean, I like biking. Maybe not so much in the city. Like when I was biking through Bowling Green, I was so stupid. Like I was riding on the bypass, like on the side of the road, like not on the sidewalk, and
wow.
almost got clipped by a trailer. Like, but I think when it comes to like a marked course, I think I would enjoy the bike aspect. I know I would more than the swim because one, you can see people and kind of pick them off, but then
Yeah.
two, I don't know, it's like that weird feeling of like you're going faster than you are when you're running. You're not going quite as fast as you are in a car, but you're so open to the outside. You know what I mean? Like you're so exposed to the nature that you're so up close to everything, but you're going faster than you are running. I think I would love the feeling of that. But then also the where you can pick people off and you can see people in front of you the whole time. The swim, I would absolutely hate it. I cannot imagine being in the water for 45 plus minutes. That just sounds awful.
You just swim faster and get out before 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's
You'd be
the
all right.
idea. That sounds great, but I don't
Yeah.
think I would be capable of that. But so Kevin Wynn, Ironman Louisville 2025, or I don't know.
I told the guys that I didn't tell Amanda. I said I have to get through this race before I can talk to her about another one.
Yeah,
But I hope what I want to happen is I finish this race. First, I got to finish this race. I want to go in the lottery of the Western States, and then I want my name to get selected. Probably won't. Western States 100 is a huge race out in California. It's June 28th. So if for some reason they do the lottery like first week of December or something like that,
Mhm.
I think. So I would know. So if I got into that would be just the whole focus.
yeah. And then
Next year.
Leadville lottery opens in December too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna want to. Yeah, I don't know if I can afford it. But,
Well, you can defer Leadville. The only bad thing is
They
you have to
charge
pay.
you,
You have to
though.
pay entry. Yeah.
but I think I'm
Move well, sponsor you.
There you go. Yeah. one of those two. I think I'm gonna try to.
yeah.
I want to go big time. This year,
Yeah.
like 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I am too. I really wanted to go big this year, but things just.
I mean,
Learning
the
to be a
50-mile
dad.
race is pretty big.
Yeah. I wanted to do another 100 this year, but I'm trying to be realistic and understand that I haven't done anything over 50 miles since last April. So it's been over a year. So I really want to do this 50 and just.
You better go 51, because if not, then we both had the same effort this year.
Oh yeah,
You got to
will
be
then.
better than me.
No, you know what I'm going to do to make it even more of a challenge? I'm going to run my 50 and then I'm going to drive all the way back home, sitting in the car for 2 hours, and then I'm going to get out and run whenever I get home.
There you
So
go.
that way I beat your 50-mile distance. But yeah, I think just trying to just get that feel again, and then
Yeah.
after I do that 50, I just need that confidence boost, really, man. I mean,
Why do we need that feel? Taking it deeper.
the feel is in like doing
Or
something
just
hard.
yeah, like all this. Like, why the heck are we even doing this stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's hard to explain it until you do it.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
for me,
everybody.
it's scary the whole time.
Yeah.
And like the unknown, if you're going to finish, how your body's going to hold up, how the nutrition's going to go. Like there's so many factors that just have to go right. And I just want to go through that pain and that suffering just to see how I'm going to hold up. When I look at it too, I've seen a lot of family members go through a lot of cancer, car accidents, medical treatment, where that's totally different type of pain they go through, but something similar that we can put ourselves through intentionally. Like if something ever does happen, like our body is recognizes it a little bit. I know it's kind of a weird assumption to have, but I think for me, that's kind of the portion, and just to try to put yourself intentionally
if
through
you
it.
don't rehearse hard things when they actually are hard for real, then you can't handle it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't because you bring this stuff up, and I know like people listen to you may be into this stuff if you're listening to this, but a lot of people when you talk, I try not to, I don't even explain it to a lot of people because they just can't. They don't understand. They just think, oh, you're just weird or superhuman or whatever, and it's like none of us. No, and you go to one of those races and you realize all these are just normal people.
Oh,
Like there's a few really really elite people, which I'm not, but most of the people are like me. They're just normal people, and like. I don't know, and it's hard. It's hard to like explain
Until
to
you
people,
do it.
until you
man.
do it. But it makes so much sense when you do it.
Mhm.
But like for me, it's not just the physical, like just the running. Like so, I made a thing called Vision 2020 back in 2017, and all the things I wanted to happen by 2020. And I had physical things, life things, spiritual things, marriage things, all the stuff on there. But I also made a Vision 2023, and I like half made it. So I started in 2020, stuff I wanted to get done by 2023, and I didn't really stay committed to it. But one of the things on there is to act in a play.
Oh, I did not know that. Huh.
And that's terrifying to me. I'm a terrible actor. You can tell by our reels.
No, I think you do a pretty good job.
Oh, really?
I think so. I mean, most of your stuff was one.
I don't
take.
want to, but it's such a, you've heard my dancing in public phobia that I used to have,
yeah.
and now I can do that. So I feel like the pinnacle of my insecurity would be being on the stage acting. So I don't know when the time I am going to do that at some point in my life. So I don't know, maybe eventually I have to pivot from the running stuff, but I just want to keep trying to challenge myself and things that make me uncomfortable or scared or nervous and stuff that I have to really work hard at. I think that's why I'm intrigued by the swimming, because I'm not good at it and it's really scary.
Yeah.
But here I'm going to be an actor.
Kevin's going to be an actor.
No, I was telling Logan, one of my lists, I had a Vision 2023, and it was to act in a play, which I cannot. That is terrifying to me.
I think Hot Rod checked that off the list. Sir, excuse me, sir, excuse me.
Logan just said I was pretty good.
You did good.
I think you did good.
Now,
you shredded me after that.
Well, just
I'd like to give you a hard
Kevin.
time.
We just have to keep him humble, and if we let his brain get too big.
Weren't you the lead role in your High School Musical?
No,
Oh, I thought you were the lead.
No, I had a solo.
Oh, okay.
I sang. I don't want to serenade too many people. To Make You Feel My Love by Garth Brooks.
Our views are about to spike.
To Make You Feel My Love by Garth
nice.
Brooks.
Nice.
And it was on the 1 year anniversary of mine and Janae's first year dating.
She just melted. She just
I
melted.
almost
in her
gave her a
seat.
shout out. She probably would have done me if I did that.
She just
so.
melted in her seat.
No,
I
so
bet,
that was
watching
like
it.
it wasn't a play. Like we did like a spring review where it's just like
okay.
a culmination of different music and stuff.
Give me a verse.
You know what? Kevin's really wanting me to serenade him today. We'll do that off the air.
Offline.
Yeah.
Offline.
Well,
I
we'll do it later.
I wanted to be like to this day. I just want to be an entertainer, man. Take that how you want. No, I just want to Magic Mike style, man. Hey, how many 5'7" Magic Mike entertainers do you see? Come on, with an average build. Come on.
I think all of them are about 5'7".
Well, maybe I'll fit right in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just at 6
Okay,
foot.
so
I'll be like,
what we have to do before the end of this year, I'd
Is this-
say like mid-November.
No,
No, I'm not. Don't be scared. We all have to do our own vision for 2025.
Oh, okay, I like that.
And we're going to share it on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll share it on here.
And then at the end of the year, we'll bring it back up and we'll kind of review it.
We need a
each year.
backwards plan for it all then.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like we all kind of have like 1 or 2 big goals we shoot for, and then we'll kind of give updates as we go along this podcast.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to be in a Magic Mike. I mean, I think they have them in Louisville. So I mean, it's not a far change.
Hey,
Hold
guys,
on,
come
is
and
that
support
Twin?
me.
Is
Have
that
you
Twin
seen the-
Peaks or what is that?
Have you seen those billboards? Have you seen those billboards in Louisville?
The cleaning
The
ones?
cleaning.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's like-
that'll be me. You need any male cleaners?
Males, yeah, like seductive cleaners, or it's the weirdest
So
thing.
odd.
If that doesn't, if the dancing doesn't work out, you could just
That'll
do
be my
that.
entry into dancing. No, but on a real note, I mean, I grew up loving WWE. Like that is my childhood. I just watched the Mr. McMahon documentary. I still watch Monday Night Raw some weeks. And I'm telling you right now, there are 3 things that I would
Survivor.
always make Emily. No, there's always tell Emily, I'm like, I would empty our bank account to be able to do this. And she was like, well, you're not giving up much, but like, to be able to be a WWE superstar, to be an actor, or be able to sing really well to the point where I could like have a music career. Like if I could do that, I usually always compare.
Do you
like,
know
John
anybody
Legend.
in the music industry taking this back full circle
I
that
don't
can maybe
know.
introduce you
I'm
to
not really
the
sure.
music? Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Alright.
There might be a couple.
Just
guys
wondering.
from hometown, you know. No, but really, I'm like, I've always loved the idea of like acting, entertainment in some way. You know what I mean? Like I love it.
The boiler room.
Yeah.
So we had a session in here.
A jam session.
Yeah, and I remember we were on the way back from Paducah,
Yeah,
and I said, "Logan, you got to sing when we get back."
I was so nervous.
You were so
Dude, I would
nervous.
almost rather sing in front of, or like act and sing in front of strangers than I would people I know.
But you did.
just-
You did. What did
Yeah, I
we?
did it.
We did a little more.
We did a couple. Yeah, we did like some
How's the
Morgan
guitar
Wallen.
playing going?
Pretty good. I actually picked it up the other day.
Okay, I was wondering if you're
So
still
I haven't
playing.
learned anything new. I've just mainly been doing stuff that that I like taught myself in the
So
beginning.
me and Logan were talking about starting a band. So the room that we're filming in right now, we are in an old historic building. It used to be a tobacco factory. They made tobacco here, and this was the boiler room for the factory. Actually, where we're sitting right now, there was a big boiler in here. So we have 2 names. It's either the boiler room or the Adam Street Boys.
Because our office is on Adams Street.
Yeah. So,
So-
we're trying to narrow it down. So you guys,
Let us know, chat.
yeah. Everybody, just throw it in the chat what your vote is.
Yeah, Adams Street Boys or the Boiler Room. I think the good
I
thing
like the
about
boiler. Isn't there a band called? Didn't we find a band
I
called?
think
the Boiler
so.
Room?
The good thing about the Boiler Room is like we can take that anywhere because we started in the Boiler Room. But I guess the Adams Street Boys, we could say the same thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll go from the Wellness Dads to the Boiler Room or the
Should-
Adams Street Boys.
Should we let Wade in the
Yeah, I think we have
Adam
to.
Street Boys?
I think we have
I don't
to.
know. I don't know if he fits our vibe.
I think if he sings on the podcast for us, maybe next
yeah,
time.
maybe.
you know?
Yeah, let me.
Oh, he wants
So,
in.
so this is all the viewers. Tune in next week, and we'll drop a few tunes for you.
Okay, maybe we'll do that.
Everybody has to sing.
What if next week we just go live on here, like we start filming, but we're just set up as a
Bring
full
your guitar
band.
next week. We'll let Logan play a song.
That's
Set up
record.
as a
Bring your guitar, and we'll all
Bring
play.
your
as as a full band. Do you imagine? No, but I think that's a good idea, Wade. We should totally do the like Vision 2025,
Yeah.
and we'll come up with something. Like it needs to be realistic, obviously, but something that's uncomfortable or challenging, and make ourselves do it. Kind of scary to think about.
Clean the house every night.
Yeah,
Stuff like that's not realistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
something that's yeah,
It's gotta
I don't
be
know.
one
Now
thing.
we got to do something mental and physical.
Yeah.
I think one of the two.
yeah, that'd be good. Good conversation today, fellas.
Yeah.
Good stopping point. Any other wisdom you want to drop? Kevin looks like he's brewing something over
I
there.
don't know.
No,
I've got all kinds of stuff.
Here
Kevin's
he
gonna live
goes.
with a
I
monk
could be
for
on here for
6
3
months.
hours. Yeah. I would do that if I could.
nothing else.
Nah, I mean, I'll keep going.
You
if
got to
want.
tune in next week.
I don't know how long we've been talking.
Yeah, well, we're about 50 minutes in.
Okay, that's probably about right.
Yeah,
Nobody else
Yeah, that's pretty good.
wants to listen to
Yeah.
me rant about
Man, see,
stuff.
see, this is this type of stuff right here. I mean, heck, next week I may not even be hosting this anymore. I could be cleaning houses in Louisville, and I could be a
You could be on tour
seductive
with Old
maid.
60,
I
Old
could be on
60.
tour with Old 60, or I could be on Monday Night Raw. You know,
Yeah.
I might be wherever they're at next Monday. I may not even be working here anymore. So, so I hope you guys have enjoyed these 2 episodes because it's we're done now.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We don't know how to hook up any of this stuff.
Yeah,
So
we have
yeah,
no
Logan's
clue how any of this.
Yeah,
I don't
that-
even know how to hit record on the like for real.
That's intentional. I
camera.
need to make sure I don't show anybody how to do
security.
anything. Job security. No.
I tried to hit record one day. I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, that when we were
Turned it off.
doing the hot rod
I
skit.
couldn't even record.
Yeah, I started going and Kevin had to stop me while I was reading my lines. He was like, "Hey, I think I stopped it," because I'd already started recording for him. So, hey, we all have our specific roles. So I couldn't run the business. But anyway, all right. Well, I think that's a good stopping point for today. Cue the old 60 music for the outro.
Wait.
Down, down,
Sing
down,
us home.
down, down, down,
I don't know
down,
any old
down.
60.
Are you
Garth
serious?
Brooks.
You don't know any old 60?
No, it's 60.
Gosh dang it.
That's it. People have to tune in for next week's.
Oh
Get
yeah. All
scared.
right, we'll get him on it. Maybe that's his that's his 2025. He
Get
has to
scared.
showcase his. He has to sing a full song on the acapella on the podcast.
I'm the 5th best singer in my family too.
That's pretty good. How many
Probably 7th actually.
out of like the
out of
100?
7. No, out of my immediate family. So.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, but what did your brother do again? Didn't he? Wasn't he? Can you expose that on air?
Waylon, I don't know. He's named after Waylon Jennings, so that's about all I'll say.
Okay.
No, he worked in music business for a long time for Luke Bryan, doing tour management basically.
That's
But
pretty cool.
he can sing, and his wife's a great singer too.
That might be breaking HIPAA. You've done some work on a country musician, physical therapy work before. So he says.
I'm not. I can't discuss this, and I
this
never
may be
discuss
HIPAA.
that with Kevin.
Good. Yeah. Good.
Gosh, Kevin.
No, you're all HIPAA compliant, right? It's okay.
I'm just joking.
That was that was when I was. No, I wasn't.
Guys,
in
I
NPT.
totally made all that up. I dreamt that last night.
We're cutting at the old 60.
I'm just
Turn off the
joking.
live right now.
I'm just joking.
I am joking.
Oh my.
Should we keep
goodness.
going?
Yeah, maybe we should. Hey, someone else
Better
just
stop
hopped.
quick.
Someone else just hopped in. So it may have been country music manager that Kevin. Or,
Maybe it's
a
a-
lawyer jumping.
Maybe
on
it's a
right
recruiting service for a Louisville cleaning company.
they're like, you know what? These targeted ads are really getting out of hand.
Or
Oh
maybe
my
it's
gosh.
maybe it's somebody from Rugged Sharks.
It could
shoe
be the
brand.
greatest recovery shoe in the nation.
I tell you what, that's why I'm feeling good today. I
Rugged
did wear
Sharks.
the Rugged Sharks for 2 hours after that run.
That could be it, man.
Kevin had caffeine this morning. We need to cut this quick. before
Did
we
you have
start.
caffeine this
I had a
morning?
sip of Wade's drink a second.
Oh, okay.
No, I did. So we went to Cock of the Walk last night.
What?
It's where the running roosters run to go eat at Cock of the Walk.
It's a catfish place in
It's the
Nashville
best
called
place to
Cock of the
catfish.
Walk.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's like by the Opryland Hotel.
Oh, okay.
really
okay.
expensive now though. But
It's so good. They
I
bring
got-
it down
I
it's
got-
like a big platter.
I haven't had sweet tea in a long time.
Ooh.
Man, it was the best.
Did you feel the
Tiffany
ki-
close to the Cock
did
of
you
the Walk?
No, but
So-
that's
Did
our
you
favorite
feel the
place.
kidney stones like start brewing
Yeah.
from all the sugar?
His
Yeah.
cholesterol's up 20.
I felt like I was living right in Hancock County,
Oh,
like
dude.
right in the heart of it.
That's what I'm talking about. baby. You don't need none of that fake sweet tea in Nashville.
Sweet tea and Galaxy Pizza, baby.
Man,
Is that what it's called?
yeah, I don't want to bash them, but the quality's gone down at Galaxy, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Because you don't work there
From my
anymore.
sources, anyway. That's what I've heard. Apparently, the quality isn't up to what it used to be. So I'm not going to hate on them or anything. But if they do want to sponsor this podcast, we'll
We'll take it.
we'll
Old
take
60
it. Yeah, Old
cleaning
60.
companies.
I need Jacob Ty to come get on the podcast. Jacob Ty, I'm repping the hat. I'll wear the shirt. I need you to come get on the podcast. Give us some clout. Talk about the journey to. He pretty much went from 0 to 100.
0 to 60.
0 to. I like it. 0 to 60. Some context on why they're called Old 60. Highway 60 runs through Hancock County, and there's a road called Old 60.
It also runs through Breckenridge County.
Oh,
I
wow.
live on Old 60.
Do you really? Your
Sure
address
do.
on Old 60?
My address is Hooks Lanes, but it's right off Old 60.
Oh, so okay. So yeah, you're kind of like those people that are like, yeah, I live in Nashville. Oh, really?
No,
Yeah,
I live
in
in
a
Brentwood.
suburb of-
Yeah.
I live in Brentwood.
I-65.
Yeah, I live on I-65. Another funny story before we wrap it up. Did you know that? So Emily went to. I'm just gonna say this. Emily knows somebody who got a tattoo. Emily knows a high-profile country music person. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Emily knows somebody who got a
Did you do
tattoo.
therapy on them or something?
Emily knows somebody who got an I-65 tattooed on them because it runs through where they live.
Really? Classic.
I'm like, oh my gosh, if only you knew. About 1.5 million other people who get that same tattoo, probably more than that. Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap it. We have to get some work done today, boys. It's Monday. It's a busy start to the week. We got some content to make. We've got some entertaining to do. We've got some houses to clean. So we need to get off here. So
I actually do need to clean my part of the office right now.
Yeah, I
I got to
need-
do the
By
vacuum.
the way, I've been a little salty about this.
I've been-
Wade has not vacuumed in 7 weeks.
wow.
I've been keeping
7
track.
weeks.
Yes, maybe more.
It hasn't been 7
Yes,
weeks.
it has.
So some Mondays I get here before Kevin and I knock it out and he doesn't see it.
Wade gets-
Ain't that right? Ain't that right?
He's really,
So-
he's
so-
really aggressive.
Like they're fighting over the mic over there.
I need a third mic in this thing.
I'm not gonna let him talk because
Tired of
he's
Wade
gonna
taking
mess
his
me
mic
up.
from me.
Oh, you two, calm down. This is a perfect.
This is a perfect opportunity
No,
to let Logan take
Wade
it
gets
over.
aggressive when he vacuums too. He gets kind of like I'll be sitting there working
He's next to
after
your
I've already
chair.
gotten all my chores done, and Wade he'll come in there and like I'll be in the middle of something important. Wade kicks on the vacuum. He starts moving chairs
Nudging your
around me.
chair.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you could have just told me to move,
Mm.
or you could have done this. Now he just hasn't done it. Now I'm getting irritated because my rug is dirty in there.
We're having a therapy session on
Well,
here.
well, listen. So I work at home maybe 4 days a week.
Yeah, one day
We just opened up a clinic outside of town, and I've been down there covering it.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So what about the other 5?
So I'm going to get it today, right now. I'm actually going to leave. Peace out. Y'all enjoy the
No.
rest of it. No. But when was the last-
Give me this microphone?
When was the last time this was actually mopped in here?
I've mopped it some.
What? I don't
it's
think
not
I-
my job. We are.
You said you were taking
we
over.
were
that
looking
job.
for a new mopper, and Logan's job.
Oh, do not.
Oh,
no, don't
there's,
pull
there's
me into
another
this.
thing I'm salty
Guys,
about.
thanks for
No, no,
coming
no,
in,
no, no,
guys.
no,
We
no.
really appreciate
Here's another thing I'm salty about. Logan's job says trash and organize. He does the trash not on Monday, but on Friday,
Oh, baloney.
and then he never organizes.
It's
And
been-
finally
okay.
we had a guest on Friday come, and I had to go back and clean up Logan's spot back there because he hadn't organized in months.
Okay, I
I'm
do
the
need
only one keeping this place together.
this house. Uh-oh, is that how he talks to Amanda? He almost said house. I will say, I've been doing my trash between Monday and Wednesday. I don't do
Between
Fridays.
Monday and Wednesday.
I don't do Fridays, but I will say we need to solidify what organized means, all right?
Here, hold on. I don't mean it. Can I take it?
No,
from
you take the
I can take
mic.
mine.
Get permission first, Wade. You
Goodness
don't want her to
grief.
bite your head off.
So, what I think Kevin's probably going to do, Logan, I've seen this actually at work in his own house. We're going to come to the office with locks on the doors, and we're not going to be able to get in. Like he's going to lock the
He's gonna-
fridge shut.
Well,
Yeah.
He's going to lock the bathroom shut where we
I got
can't use the
another
bathroom.
thing too, by the way.
He's going to chain the chairs together where we can't even sit.
No, here's the other thing. Our lock and the getting in this office
Oh, yeah.
was you couldn't get the key in for months. And Wade was hassling me that I needed to go get a new lock. And finally I just got some WD-40 and that thing worked perfectly.
Is that what stained the door?
Yeah, that's why there's stuff coming down the door.
Yeah, there's stuff all over the front door. I
But
was like,
Wade,
what?
Wade just presented the problem, but never wanted to fix it. He kept
Mm.
saying, "You got to fix this lock. You got to fix this lock." It-
Good
I
gosh,
just
man.
knew if it was frustrating me one day a week, it had to be really frustrating you guys. I was just looking out for your sanity.
best
and we
interest
got
of
this
it.
door that won't close.
Man, this dang door. We need somebody to work on it.
Wrap this up.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. That's another episode of the Wellness Dads. We're gonna sign up Karen, pretty much. Kevin. We're gonna sign up Kevin for his next therapy appointment, and then we'll come back next Monday, recharged and fresh. And
All I'm saying is, if you want to start cleaning, you got to step it up.
good gosh, guys.
If you're wanting a career in cleaning,
That's all
Oh.
I'm saying.
Hey, I didn't even think the emphasis was supposed to be in cleaning.
that's true.
But all right, if you want me to start practicing that here in the
no,
office,
don't please. don't.
all right.
Don't come dressed as hot. I bet that'll be your character.
Hot rod. I need my shorts to be a little bit shorter and my shirt
They're
to be a
short.
little more.
They're short enough.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
need them in short.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We got a little off the rails today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you next week. Goodness gracious.